Hey, welcome back to Spice Guys CCG. It's just me, Sormel, here today, and I'm just doing a quick pre-release, OP15 slash EBO4 guide. Hope this can help you guys, craft a good pre-release deck. I'm just gonna go over some fundamental cards that you always need. So, first of all, the leader is the biggest thing. I mean, generally not now because we have rainbow loopies. These should be provided at your pre-release event, and this card is interesting because it's every color and it has all card names, types, and attributes. So any leader locked cards, this leader can use. So that'll come into play. I'm gonna mostly talk about cards in relation to this leader, but I will go over some other leaders that you can run, because these ones, some locals I know will allow you to run leaders from the set. I mean, if you're able to run other leaders, I don't think that's happened in a while, but people always used to run like Red Sanji or Bonnie, stuff like that. There's a ton more leaders now that are good, but I'll just go over the ones that I think will not be good. Let's go. Rebecca, it's just Dressrosa stuff, so you need to get really, you'd have to pull hella stuff. This Luffy, also a lot of Skypiea stuff, there's a lot of it's good stuff is from previous sets too, so no. Brooke, yeah, I don't know, you'd have to get really lucky to be able to make this work. Lucy, I mean, it's possible, but I also think 4 life leader, this is very weak in this format. Krieg, on the other hand, I think if you pull the right stuff, you just pull a ton of defensive tools and maybe events that you're able to just only have East Blue characters, this minus is very good, but even then, it's only good early game, I feel like. Bonnie, I think, is gonna be good, become a 7k leader, but also build dependent, you need probably more heal and stuff. Anel, that's interesting because you can basically play vanillas and stuff, and then you got a 3/5 vanilla, it can swing 9k with your leader effect, which doesn't sound that bad to me. I might be crazy, but this might be a good pre-release leader, but you won't have all the tools that the deck wants normally, and you're not gonna have all your Anels and stuff, so you're gonna have to make do with vanillas and whatnot. Now let's go over to some cards I think will be really good. Well, I don't know if this will be really good, but build dependent, there's a lot of Straw Hat cards in all the different colors basically, so if you're countering with some 2Ks or something, this card is good. It's just a free get something back from trash basically, as long as it's a Straw Hat. So one of the big things in this format is you want chump blockers, you want blockers, easy blockers, because they're really helpful. Blockers and 2Ks, that's really what you're looking for a lot of the time for this format. And I think this is a very solid blocker that, the additional removal protection can be useful. There are a few removal cards, but not too much. This card, you gotta worry about this. You can't go to 0 sometimes if you don't have enough counter, even if you've got a ton of blockers, because unblockable is scary. And you put on a big character, so you're nice. This is a crazy card in my opinion. But this is the craziest card. So this says all your own characters and this character gain double attack, and then set the base power of your own characters and this character to 6,000. This is an incorrect translation. The correct translation is here. All your own cards and this character gain double attack. All your own cards base power and this character's base power becomes 6,000. So if you remember Rainbow Luffy's leader effect, this card has a card name of Ohm. So your leader gets double attack, and on your opponent's turn, your leader becomes 6k. So it's a very strong card. Probably the strongest. And you know what? It's only a common. So I think you're gonna get this card, and you definitely want as many copies of this in your deck as possible, just so you can see it. This is also a good card, I mean, of course we want the blockers, but since Rainbow Luffy's East Blue type, You know, this gets to be a 4/6 blocker that can also remove your opponent's, you know, tempo plays, which is very nice. So this is a good card also, because I mean, first of all, no one wants to KO this, right? Because you're gonna freeze their Dawn or their characters or even leader, and it has this nice effect which it's gonna suck because it's wrong on this card, but they errata the second part. So I mean, the cost of the card is you give one of your opponent's rested Dawn cards to your opponent's characters, but then this part over here is give up to one Dawn card from its owner's cost area to its owner's leader or one of the characters. So with this, you can, you know, add rested Dawn to your leader, or you could, you know, take away your opponent's Dawn and attach it to their characters, which you might think is weird, but since they errated it, right, it has the thing of any Dawn, not just rested, so you can move their active Dawn that they have for counter events. So this is strong. This is also just a, you know, blocker that you run that, you know, you can rest it, but it also has a, you know, on KO that can be punishing. I mean, we're running all these yellow cards basically. Like, come on, cheap heal, definitely run that. This is even cheaper, definitely run that. Same reason as the Arlong, but then you also have the additional of like possibility of saving this character if they tried KOing you with some sort of swing or event. You know, this is safe in battle for one card. So if they're swinging 8k, only one card because you got this, and it's not once per turn. So however many times they try to remove this, you know, you can do this. And yeah, she can give the one Dawn. The Dawn removal is gonna be strong, so maybe events might be weaker in this format if your opponent gets these cards out. It's the same situation with Morgan. I mean, Morgan's also a blocker, but it's very nice. And I mean, these cards have the adaptability. Like, you can give the Dawn to your own leader and stuff instead. So, you know, or character. Like, it's very versatile. Wiper, I think, is a very good card. I mean, one turn you can just like drop him and then swing your board at your opponent's board and remove it, because giving minus 2k to the whole board, very strong. And it's not like your life's gonna be face up. And then the additional just activate main, like give one Dawn to your leader or Sky Island leader or characters, basically makes this guy a 7k swing every turn, or your leader a 6k swing every turn. The best secret, because this is really helpful against blockers. The rush is very nice. It's a vanilla statted rush, which is very strong. Of course, you can't play it on 5 to get the rush, but that's fine. I mean, even worst case scenario, you're developing a 5/7 on 5, which is not bad. Yeah, the versatility against events and blockers makes this just like a must-have if you pull it. Now we're getting into some more weird stuff. Jin. Very good in Rainbow Luffy, of course. It's just you would need to have like Seer Morgan or Arlong or Elvita, which, you know, hopefully you can pull some, and I think this combo would be very strong. I mean, double body. Yeah, look, Morgan's a common, so you got a shot at him at least. The other two are rares, but hopefully you can stack up Morgans and make Jin worthwhile, but if not, you know, then don't run him. Yeah, and I think Brook is interesting. You know, 6/6, not the best stat line, but on play, rest opponent's card, so, you know, you can swing into whatever body they played last turn, most likely. But the ability to just like restand one of your characters, I think you can get into some crazy shenanigans with this if you have the right build for it. Just restand, like, you know, we'll get to some bigger cards soon, but like this Krieg you might see in this corner. Imagine restanding this. You know, you can send some nice lethals. This is a very good card. This card's gonna probably be expensive too. I mean, I shouldn't talk about the prices because I skipped a lot of cards, but become Make Your Leader 7k base, very good. Has the ability of getting character rush, so, you know, opponents maybe dropping vanillas like a 6/8 or something. This guy gets rush immediately, character rush, so you can swing into you know, one of your opponent's other tapped characters can be very punishing. So just strong yellow card here. You know, if you're running cards like this and you have one in your hand, you know you can take more aggressively because you can heal with this. And a good on KO that, you know, makes your opponent not want to swing at this guy. This is also like a little bit situational, but I feel like 1k counter makes it still runnable. Like 7/7 blocker is strong, you know. You can freeze one of your opponent's wrestler characters with 3 or more given Dawn. So as long as they have 1 Dawn, this character, you know, gives 2, then it's very good. But other than that, like, you know, 7/7 blocker or just 1k counter makes it good. This is a card I'm wary of adding this because I think then you would need to run, you know, some Dressrosa type events, but they'd be bricks. So you would need like the Dressrosa stage to be able to pitch them to make this character viable. I think this character, I've only thought about it mostly as a 7/9 vanilla stat line blocker, which I think can help, you know, take some pressure off you. This is Robin's a similar situation to the Jin, you know, depending on build, you can make her work, and, you know, you get to like draw a card from your life basically, and, you know, it's nice. Worst case scenario, you know, you're just playing a card neutral body because you're not playing anything off Robin. And then Krieg's a good card, good rush. Moving Dawn, this is also like a big board control card, but also something to consider when, you know, opponents are sending lethal. This Nami's very good. It is reliant on trash, but if you're able to, you know, trash like 7 cost or less, you know, Straw Hat cards, like even this Robin, Zoro, anything like that, giving them rush, it's very nice. And Robin's counterable, so, you know, I think you can get stuff into trash for her effect. This card, I think, is good, you know. 10k, 12k blocker, 10 cost 12k blocker, at least the turn you play it, so you're absorbing 1 swing, and making your leader 7k. It's pretty good, especially good if you're playing like Bonnie, but I think it's decent in Rainbow Luffy. This is probably more situational because the Dawn Minus might be harmful to your deck, but the card neutral 0 cost Dawn Minus, like, you can do this after you do your turn, freeze one of your opponent's characters so you don't have to worry about their swings. It's a very good card. Will be very annoying in NL when you guys get to play against it in next set. And yeah, I think this card is decent because it's card neutral and it'll let you be, you know, more greedy with running events and such. Maybe less punishing because you can pitch them as 2k counter. And I think since it can pitch itself, you know, you can run multiple copies. Okay. Now let me get to some 2Ks that I think are good. Of course, if you know, pull any 2Ks, you probably want to put any of them in there, but since these pre-release decks are around 40 cards, like, I think, you know, 10 to 12 is probably a good range. I mean, I've had pre-releases where I only had like 4 2Ks, and I won actually, which is crazy, but, you know, I think this set has a lot of 2Ks. So here's one, which if you have Jewelry Bonnie and 0 life cards, this card gains blocker. This will be, you know, 1 cost blocker in some games because, you know, you've been clearing your opponent's board and stuff, but they pressured you down, and this is like your only out, which is not bad, you know. Gonna lose to unblockable, but unblockable is only on 1 card, I think. This is interesting 2K because buffs your Brook, so buffs Rainbow Luffy, so this can just help with lethals too, so I think good 2K. Okay, so there are the 6 different removal protection 2Ks. I think this is the best one probably, and I don't think we're really worried about removal that much, but if you are worried about like Fire Fist or some other stuff like that, then very good to run one of these, and probably the purple one's the best. You drop that. early it's set. If anything, it's just a 2K. Think this Conus is good, especially if you took like life earlier than your opponent's maybe countering out more early because they're worried. Very good cycling. This is also a strong 2K, 3-5 body. It's the vanilla stat line. And your opponent will probably get 2 or more cards with base power 5K or more, so, you know, not the worst. This is also, I think, decent because, I mean, it's a 3-4, but with the rested on movers and stuff, you can be pinging 5K every turn at least, and your opponent might be scared to swing at him because, you know, he'll heal you, like Kiku. This is a blocker, also a 2K. Very rarely, I think you might play him out as a blocker because he's a 4 cost, but in the worst case scenarios, he's a blocker instead of a 2K. Vanilla 2Ks are good because that gives you a play if you've missed like some other card to play, like, you know, not the worst thing to run. Then we got these type of 2Ks, which, you know, your leader Rainbow Luffy is Rayleigh, so, you know, versatile 2K is very good. This one's very good for controlling board. And we have all these Enel 2Ks that, you know, only give up counter to your Enel, so that is something to consider. You can't counter your board unless they're named Enel, but this will work for your leader, and they have their main effects that, you know, either they draw a card and do something. So this one can remove stuff, so if you have reduction, it can be good. Oops, you know, a cycle and then also minus, which is nice. Feel like, you know, you might not be using the main a lot because the Dawn taking you off your curve might be weird. This is like one of the best events. I mean, if you can use it early game to like just, you know, they're swinging 5K and you counter and then draw, it's nice because you get the draw if you're 6 Dawn or less. But then the main effect is also just nice, you know, Dawn minus 2, draw a card, and then rest to 5K or less, so will help you get past blockers. This is, I think, decent card, you know, just a 0 cost event to trash the brick from hand, make a 3K power. Not bad. This is a 1 cost event that, you know, versatile, can minus something or be used as counter. So this is very good because, you know, gives your leader 4K counter, very good. And also, you know your opponents may be trying to do unblockable stuff. You can heal from 0 life with this card. Very good. And it's only 1 Dawn literally, and I mean, sure, you gotta trash something, but who cares? And I thought this was an interesting card because it's just a cycle that also, you know, uses the Dawn on your leader or character, and I think that's just good. You want draw to get into, you know, your pieces, because your deck's gonna be very like an amalgamation of things. So just key things to remember is add 2Ks to your deck, add blockers to your deck, you know, add plays like on a curve, you know, try to maybe make your deck versatile so it can, you know, work on both curves. But if not, then, you know, I think trying to get like a first curve is good, because I feel like a lot of people want to go second during pre-releases in general, so make your deck work with first curve so you can more often see your curve. Just play vanillas like 3-5s, you know, 4-6, 5-7, like, you know, I mean, pre-release, it is, you know, there's luck involved, of course, but I think there's definitely a lot of deck building skill involved, and, you know, a good player can definitely make the worst cards work. I mean, I don't think I'm that good of a player, but I've made a deck with 4 2Ks work for me in pre-release. So, I believe in y'all. Peace.